The savior of Dead by Daylight, good old Saint Nick. Nicolas Cage has given Dead by Daylight their biggest W ever for a multitude of different reasons. From his charismatic personality to a lovely execution on the perks, he has really taken everyone's expectations and blown them out of the water. And if Dead by Daylight continues to do things like this, their future is going to be absolutely amazing. Kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Dead by Daylight got their biggest W ever. I mean, every single content creator, every single person that I've spoken to in-game, everyone just playing Dead by Daylight for the most part really enjoys Nicolas Cage for one reason or the other. I mean, I played on this PTB for such a long time. I played so much DBD and that I haven't played in years, and I had so much fun. Honestly, kind of showed me what old school DBD was like when I first started playing. I always thought that I was still having fun with Dead by Daylight and enjoying it as I played it almost every single day. But when I played this chapter for the first time, I mean, this was a different level to the fun that I was having in the game, and it kind of opened my eyes to realize that this is what fun really is, you know? This is what I've been missing out on, and I think majority of the community feel the same way, especially the people that were kind of burnt out from DBD and, you know, might have been like, DBD needs something good to bring me back. This is the chapter to do that. And let's talk about all of those reasons why. I mean, the biggest one is obviously Nicolas Cage. I mean, the guy is the OG. It is fantastic to have him in the game. I said this in our previous video, this is the essentially equivalent of Keanu Reeves, you know, coming into Cyberpunk. This is our, you know, big thing, Nicolas Cage and DBD. And you can obviously see there's still a lot of hype and love for him as well in the community. This was trending everywhere. Everybody was talking about it. And it picked up so much mainstream media attention as well, giving more eyes to Dead by Daylight itself. And the best part about this was that with the voice lines that came in, he really put his heart and soul into these voice lines. And that's the next part about this and why this was so well received. You know, typically with survivors, with the exception of a few, we get really quiet survivors. You know, no one's talking. Occasionally, you might have some lines here and there from Ash or maybe some of the Resident Evil characters in lobby. But Nicolas Cage is talking in the game, you know? So as you're playing, you have a whole different experience. And I've seen a lot of people advocate that other survivors kind of get this as well. I'm against that. I feel like it would take away that nice touch that these licensed characters would bring in, showing off their personality, and just make it more of the norm, and that's kind of boring. We've went through so many survivors not having this. I think we should stick to that. And the big chapters that come out, whenever they do, they should have those unique dialogues that the community really can relate to. So having Nicolas Cage just saying random things throughout the trial when you're being carried or hooked or even opening exit gates is absolutely amazing. It's especially cool to see the Easter egg kind of ones where you have Myers specific voice line or Sadako specific voice lines. I mean, this is absolutely huge. This is amazing. It adds so much personality to him. And as I said, he really put his heart and soul into it. And I think a lot of those restrictions were kind of gone, considering he's literally being himself. He's not playing a character. Like when we get Ash or Leon, they're playing as that character. So there's restrictions on what that character would do. With Nicolas Cage, there is no restrictions. He is Nicolas Cage. He can basically do whatever he wants to do. So he really ran with that and gave us over 10 minutes of voice lines, which is absolutely amazing. I'm sure a lot of them were probably improvised. Some of them were more on script base, and it shows that he really enjoyed what he did. Or at the very least, Dead by Daylight paid him a really pretty penny and he was extremely excited for it. I believe he said when he actually revealed everything that his kids are a fan of this as well. So I'm sure he really gave it his all and didn't half-ass it, which clearly he didn't. So now we have the iconic Nicolas Cage in the game. We have those fantastic voice lines that add so much to his personality. And then Dead by Daylight came in themselves and one-upped everything with some fantastic perks. I'm not sure if this was kind of like Nicolas Cage nudging them in this direction, or this was just them off their own, or maybe a mix of both. But the 3 perks that we receive from Nicolas Cage all are super fun and unique, something that we really haven't seen before, that actually have some good viable tactics to them as well. So it really seemed that they prioritize fun in this one over just, is this going to be balanced right? Is this going to fit the meta? Is this going to work with other things? They said, screw it. Let's just toss some perks in there that are so unique and so different from anything that people have no choice but to enjoy it. And that's exactly what we got. I mean, we have some of the most fun perks with Nicolas Cage, literally downing yourself. It can be so comedic if you're doing it right. Your friends are about to fully heal you. You should just down yourself, and it can be tactical. Run into a corner and use this and get yourself back up to full health. It can be tactical and fun at the same time, which is something that we haven't seen in such a long time when it comes down to just perks in the game and not specific survivors or killers themselves. On top of that, we have other perks that allow you to scream when you're looking at the killer, a little bit of taunting, and you can actually use this as, in a way, an object of obsession that still can have some good benefits. And of course, the most fun one in my opinion is the one where you run with your knees high and you get a random status effect. I mean, that's half the fun of using the perk, to see what status effect you're actually gonna get. But again, this is basically a dead hard for distance with a little bit of a penalty depending on what you actually get. It's pretty nice. I like it. I think that these perks are so fantastic and well designed. I'm sure there's going to be some implications at some point in the future, but I hope that they're easily able to adjust and fix these problems without completely nerfing or changing the perks at their core, because they're fun, they're interesting, and they shake up Dead by Daylight like we haven't seen before. I mean, all of this information overshadowed everything else that came in this PTB just based on how fun they were. And as I said, the community absolutely enjoyed this so much, with the exception of a few people. Obviously, there's going to be some people that are upset with things. That's just life. That's a lot of Dead by Daylight. No one's ever fully happy. But for the most part, people that are just trying to chill, have fun, play the game, and get that nostalgic DVD feeling when they first played it and enjoy it, have that feeling again with Nicolas Cage joining the game. I cannot wait until this chapter is officially released for everybody to try out. I mean, numbers speak for themselves as well. Everybody is watching it on streams. My videos themselves did absolutely fantastic, so thank you guys for that. Nicolas Cage is absolutely huge, and he is the savior of Dead by Daylight. What goes on for the future? I mean, Dead by Daylight's going to get a huge influx in players playing this. They're going to get a lot of the OGs coming in as well, playing and experience this. This is going to be tied probably with the summer barbecue event as well, so a lot of that retention is probably going to stay. We know in the future we're getting some more licensed chapters coming up, including some paragraphs that we're going to be seeing that are going to be these chapters. If they decide to do more licenses like this, it will be absolutely huge. And I'm sure with all of the positive reaction and probably record-breaking numbers that they're expected to get, another big character or another big public figure / celebrity is bound to happen. And if they continue to give us some awesome things like that, they'll not only pull so much of the new audience, but bring back so much of the old audience, especially if they follow that formula of just fun, genuinely different, new, elaborate, and cool perks, essentially. I see this being the savior for them because they have basically opened their eyes as well to see how much positive reaction they received out of this DLC itself, bringing in for the first time a celebrity and some perks that really are just fun and enjoyable. So now they're going to be like, hey, we kind of have to do that again. Who's the next celebrity on the list? And who's to say they don't already have that planned or that's already not finished coming up in the future? Nonetheless, Nicolas Cage is the man. I'm so happy he's in Dead by Daylight. I'm so happy this chapter was so fun and well received among the entire community. Again, I had so much fun with this. I played hours upon hours of this, and I really didn't expect to do so. It was absolutely amazing, and I had the most fun I've had in Dead by Daylight in quite a long time, and I'm sure you guys probably seen your favorite content creators, or if you played it yourself, having that amount of fun, or at least I hope so. And I think moving forward, Dead by Daylight are going to continue to do things like this because it's so well received, and to me, it's just a no-brainer. Well, there you go. That's why Nicolas Cage is the savior to Dead by Daylight. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like down below and subscribe for some more awesome Dead by Daylight content. Again, we are live on Twitch today, and our next stream will be on Monday. Hopefully, we'll see you guys there, twitch.tv/theking. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe for some more awesome Dead by Daylight content. And as always, I'm the King. I tip my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog.